listen, she's a beautiful young lady. And there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. It's not going to work with people. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not going to work. And when you do stuff like that and you're drawing attention to yourself because of that, that can be problematic for you.
Imagine this. On New Year's Eve, Angel Reese shares an image that is more about "look at me" than game. The internet explodes, and not in a good way. Stephen A. Smith goes off, and Reese's social media goes dark. The million-dollar question is, was it worth it?
Here's the part that I like about the backlash. Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash and provoking the backlash.
Reese's journey from WNBA rebounding leader to Instagram exile is a cautionary tale for athletes everywhere. But don't worry, we're not just here to break it down. Smith didn't hold back when criticizing Reese's attention-seeking behavior and drawing comparisons to the always professional Caitlin Clark. You won't believe what he said about Reese's desperate cry for attention and how it's affecting her future in the WNBA. Are you ready to go?
Especially when the comparison is going to be drawn to Caitlin Clark, who isn't doing such things. That might not be fair. I'm not saying it is. And you certainly have the right to dress how you want and to do what you want and to live your life. But people have a right to have their opinions about what you put on display. And if they don't like it and they believe that it's not the right thing for you to be doing when you talk about building your brand, I don't know how you can argue that, Tori.
As midnight approaches, Angel Reese appears in a stunning dress, ready to ring in 2025, but her fans weren't overly excited about the show. Reese posted this video on Instagram, presumably thinking it would go viral, but it backfired badly. We heard comments that made everyone cringe, including her die-hard fans, who said, "What were you thinking? That's when you know you messed up."
My daughters are fully aware. Daddy had better damn well not see an outfit like that on social media. Nah, I ain't judging Angel Reese. Live your life. I'm talking about my daughters.
Right.
I promise you. I better not see that. Hey, they could be in college in LA, in Boston, or anywhere in between. Daddy will drop the mic, hop in the car, on the plane, or wherever. That ain't gonna happen. You said, I'm not having it. That's me.
Imagine Reese in a barely there dress that barely covered anything, posing and strutting in ways that made people look twice. This wasn't your typical New Year's attire. It was meant to draw attention, and boy did it. As things heated up, Reese's social media went silent, and then her Instagram suddenly disappeared.
She deleted her Instagram, and that's the most important part about all of this, because clearly she's uncomfortable with some of the backlash that she's getting because she deleted her Instagram.
Let's face it, this isn't just about a dress. It's about a young athlete who may have just heard about her own image. Reese is 22 years old, and in the sports world, that's old enough to know better. Now, everyone is wondering what will happen to Reese next. But before we can even catch our breath, Stephen A. Smith offers his opinion. I promise you'll want to hear what he has to say about Reese's New Year's surprise.
Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it.
You can tell it's serious when Stephen A. Smith shows up in the chat room and, wow, did he have some views about Angel Reese's New Year's prank? Smith didn't just comment, he went into full dad mode on Reese. Let's analyze his response because it's a doozy.
Yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this social media. She is not dumb. She's quite a brilliant young lady. She's very smart, very accomplished. And on top of it all, she is in this age where she does know social media exists. And she has exploited it to her advantage. And so when you take that into consideration, that means you're mindful of the imagery and the perception that you're assisting in creating about yourself.
First of all, Smith called out Reese's hypocrisy more quickly than you could say, double standard. He made the point that you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on, which is going to leave a mark. However, Smith wasn't going to let Reese off the hook that easily. This is where things get interesting. Smith decided to play a little game of compare and contrast, and guess who came up as the shining example of how to handle your brand? Caitlin Clark, the one who has been busy dominating both on and off the court without any controversy.
Here's what I have a problem with, Tori. Angel Reese, in doing the things that she has done, let's face reality. She's going to be attached to Caitlin Clark to some degree. If Angel Reese had never waved her hand in her face when LSU was beating Iowa for in the Final Four of the national championship, if that hadn't happened, Angel Reese's name might not be as big.
When Smith said this, he didn't hold back.
But what's not debatable is the fact that Caitlin Clark has handled her branding extremely well. Whereas with Angel Reese, sometimes you find yourself scratching your head and wondering what the hell she's doing. Like that photo right there.
Talk about an obvious comparison. Clark is out there creating an empire, while Reese is, well, However, Smith's criticism goes beyond a mere eye-catching picture. He questions Reese's priorities. Is she an athlete or an influence? Can she be both? It's like witnessing a high-stakes game of identity tug-of-war, and Reese appears to be losing right now.
You have to be cognizant that no matter how you step out of your house, you are now Angel Reese. And you will always be picked apart, unfortunately. It comes with the crown. You're a queen. You're beautiful. So you just have to remember that if you aren't ready for the scrutiny, if you're not ready for the heat, then, you just got to be mindful that what comes with it. You have to be mindful with what comes with it.
Smith's guest added fuel to the fire by saying, Reese is desperate for attention, any attention. It's like she's playing a game of Notice Me while the rest of the sports world is trying to focus on actual games. It's not a great look if you ask me. Now, here's where it gets real. Smith suggests this could affect Reese's WNBA career. Are teams watching you bet your bottom dollar? They are. He was spot on when he said, when you do stuff like that and draw attention to yourself, that can be problematic for you.
It might have been a right or wrong decision depending on what she feels or what other people feel. I'm just saying that what's inescapable is that even though she's not Caitlin Clark, she's going to be reminded she's not Caitlin Clark with every good thing that Caitlin Clark does, because that was her number one nemesis in a lot of people's eyes, number one.
Let's be honest for a moment. In the fast-paced world of professional sports, your reputation isn't just about what you do on the court. It's also about how you carry yourself off it. Right now, Reese's off-court antics are overshadowing her game. The takeaway, according to Smith, is that Reese needs to decide whether she wants to be known for her game or her Instagram game. It's a difficult decision, but she needs to make it quickly because yesterday's star can become today's cautionary tale faster than you can say delete.
Number two, she was seen during various interviews and what have you, talking about threats, talking about insults, crying about how people were coming at her with such venom and hostility, particularly in her last year at LSU, before she ultimately graduated to the pros. She brought up all of these things, which means she was aware of it. And if you're aware of it, you have to understand that that's going to be part of the judgment that comes against you, fair or unfair. That's what I'm saying, Tori.
Now, let's talk about the shining examples Smith compared Reese to. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now, let's get back to the action. Will Angel Reese take Smith's words to heart and concentrate on her game, or will she double down on the attention-seeking behavior? Only time will tell.
Caitlin Clark, the reason I bring up Caitlin Clark is because they're attached at the hip with one another, which means they're ultimately going to be compared, Tori. And when you look at Caitlin Clark is balling. She's a rookie of the year. She was one of the finalists for the league MVP honors as a rookie, breaking all types of records. She should have been on Team USA. She didn't choose to play in an unrivaled league. Her brand building has been incredibly impressive.
While Angel Reese is stirring up drama, Caitlin Clark is living her best life. These two celebrities couldn't be more different. Clark has been busy, and for good reason. She gave a speech at a recent women's forum in Massachusetts, hung out with football greats Jason and Travis Kelce on their podcast, and even won numerous Athlete of the Year awards. Oh, and she's been in the gym several times with new head coach Stephanie White. It's amazing to see the difference.
Well, we have to remember one thing. She's not Caitlin Clark. And we can't ask her to be anyone else besides herself. And especially not right here. We're not going to do that. We want you to be you. We love seeing the great parts of your journey. But we also have to remember she's 22 years old.
While everyone is talking about Reese drama, Clark is inspiring kids and demonstrating to girls that they can succeed and be respected without drama. The media is loving this story. It's like a sports movie come to life. She's getting praise for how she plays and acts off the court, but that's a different story. Let's look at what Clark is doing. She's got game charm and brains.
We understand that everybody's got their own taste, their own flavor, and certainly their own rights. But there are other people that's going to exercise their rights to be ultra critical about it. And then I'm not even talking about the outfit that Angel Reese has worn. I'm talking about the overall pressure of having to be compared as a brand to somebody who's conducting their branding with near perfection. That's what I'm saying. She's going to have to deal with that, Tori, whether she likes it or not.
In sports, how you handle fame matters. Clark is demonstrating to everyone that you don't need controversy to stay relevant. All you need is talent, hard work, and a level head. The difference between these two is obvious. Clark is all about basketball, while Reese is making headlines for other reasons. In the end, it's about handling pressure, fame, and responsibility. Clark is demonstrating that you can be a star without the drama. And that's the kind of victory that lasts.
The bosses are always watching. Whether directly or indirectly, there's always eyes on you. Okay? And so you could be in a nice dress. You could be on a red carpet. You could be on the beach on vacation or whatever. What you post is what they're paying attention to because they're trying to measure what your intentions are based off of what they see.
Before this whole mess, Reese was sitting pretty with endorsement deals from big names like Reebok, Beats by Dre, and Amazon. We're talking about a cool $1.8 million in estimated value, which isn't too shabby for a 22-year-old. But here's the thing. Those lucrative partnerships are dangerously hanging by a thread. It's like Reese just fumbled the bag and is now scrambling to recover. Let's start by talking about the price of fame.
I don't want Adidas, I don't want Nike turning her down because they don't see her as someone that's marketable. Because
neither do I.
You know, and that's the pain that I had for her in this. But I want her to know, if she's listening, we're excited to still see you. Bring back that beautiful Instagram page and just learn.
Before going dark, Wild Reese had a staggering 5 million Instagram followers. That's a lot of attention and potential influence gone in an instant. But wait, let's talk about long-term effects. Will WNBA teams reconsider the next time Reese's contract is up for renewal? That's the million-dollar question. Remember Kyrie Irving? His social media antics cost him a lot of endorsements. Could Reese be heading down the same path? It's a risk that could end her career more quickly than a coach's poor decision.
Younger kids right now are also not able to see 40 years from now. You know, you post that photo, you're not thinking, what's this going to do to me 40 years from now? You know, think about that. You know, when you post this, what's going to happen to my sponsorship? And my last thing is, if you're a young member of society today and you have social media and you are big time, just remember that you need to have advisors around you. Paid advisors, as well as people who knew you before your fame.
That's great advice.
Because
that's great advice.
Let's be honest for a moment. Reese is only 22 years old. Some fans are worried that she doesn't have the right people in her corner. It's like watching a rookie try to navigate the court without a solid game plan, and you want to root for her, but man, she's making it hard. This is where it gets complicated. What about the younger fans who look up to Reese? Is this the example she wants to set? It's like she's teaching a masterclass in social media 101. Reese just learned the hard way. Let's see if she can turn this turnover into a legend.
And the people right now who are going through this, who are facing these moments, who are thrust into the spotlight, take a look at your advisors around you. Do they have your best interest? And if you do get pushed back in this way, ask yourself, who were the people around me during that time? And what do they say about this? And keep that in mind, because your reputation, at the end of the day, you have the power over that.
Angel Reese is at a turning point in her career. She needs to decide what kind of legacy she wants to create. Will she be known for her skills on the court or her drama off it? In this world, you can't have both. The real challenge now is how she'll bounce back in professional sports. Reese's reputation is crucial, and right now it's not helping her. It's time for her to take charge, accept responsibility, and show us what she truly is. Everyone is watching Reese's next move, and how she handles this could make or break her basketball career. Will she let her game speak for itself, or will the controversy continue to overshadow her talent? Time is running out, and Reese's response to this moment could shape her entire future in the sport. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss it. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.